And there's
There we
Jane.
go.
Hi, Jane. Well, one attendee, two attendees.
Sorry, I'm a little late.
Okay. Okay. Jim, if you don't mind putting up the agenda, we'll
For
get
some
things
reason,
going.
I can't hear you all. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Your volume turned up? Evening, Beverly. Jim, if you don't mind putting up the agenda.
Yep. Sorry, just gonna pull it up.
Thank you. One more click, if you don't mind, closer. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to call the planning board meeting of October 21st to order a little after 5 o'clock, 5:04. This meeting is recorded by video and audio in accordance with state open meeting law pursuant to section 20 of chapter 20 of the Acts of 2021. This meeting will be conducted by remote participation. Additionally, all votes taken by the planning board during this meeting and future remote meetings will all be roll call vote. If there is a public comment period, if there is a public comment period, and if you're calling on a phone, you can press *9 to request to speak. If you're watching on a computer or a device, there is a raise the hand button that you can tap to press and request to speak. So the meeting's been called to order. We have introduction of staff. Gemma Wilkinson, our senior planner. I don't know if that's your title technically.
Staff planner.
We'll make you a senior planner tonight. You get promoted since you passed your 6-month review. David Rosen, Jane Ramson, Beverly Bookin, Sean Henry. We do have a quorum of the planning board this evening. So under continued public hearings, the next agenda item pursuant to section 17 of chapter 53 of the Acts of 2020, in accordance with the provisions of Mass General Law 40A, section 9, Mass General Law 41, the Gloucester Zoning Ordinance, section 5.9, cluster development, the rules and regulations governing subdivision of land in Gloucester. The Gloucester Planning Board will hold a remote public hearing on definitive subdivision application submitted by Upper Banjo Pond LLC for the division of land to permit 26 single-family home residential development at 154A, 158R, and 160 Essex Ave, Assessor's Map 218, Lot 38, 39, and 46. So the agenda made a notation that this was to be continued to our next meeting, which is November 4th. I've been informed by staff that the applicant has requested an extension to November 18th. So
I move that we continue the public hearing to November 18th.
we have a second, Sean.
I second.
Thank you, Beverly. Roll call vote, Gemma.
Member Noonan,
Yes.
Member Rosen,
Yes.
Member Remsen,
Yes.
Member Henry,
Yes.
and Member Bookin.
Yes.
Unanimous vote. Thank you very much. Under other business, a release of covenant of Anchorwork subdivision 61 and 63, Riverside Ave, Mass, Assessor's Map 21, Lot 14, release of Lot 5, last lot in the subdivision. I see that Jay's in the attendees. Can we give him permission to speak?
Yes, one moment. Share.
Welcome, Jay.
Good evening.
Floor is yours.
Thank you, everybody. Don't know why I don't have video, but good enough. You can hear me.
Yeah.
I provided to Greg Catamatore through the planning board office a Form M and a Form H. It seemed through emails that Greg was happy with it, and further that John Dunn was happy with it. So to that end, with the format and what it said. So what the Form M does is it allows me to move forward with both pulling a building permit and, if I wanted to, sell the lot. And in return, the security to complete this project, which has been provided to the planning board, has a list of items. I think we totaled to about $39,000. We said we'd put $50,000 into a passbook savings account that John Dunn would hold and have authorization to release. And that was governed by the Form H, I believe it is. So both those forms were in a format that made everybody happy. And what we're looking to do tonight is to have you gavel down on both of those formats. And what will happen thereafter is I will then go to the bank, open an account, fund it with $50,000, bring that passbook savings account with signatures only done by John Dunn back to him, and then he'll release these two forms and I'll record them at the Registry of Deeds.
Can I speak to this a little bit, Rick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, so as Jay had said, the applicant's requesting the release covenant of lots 1 through 5. I believe that there's still some final paving to be done. The DPW has a good, according to Greg, the DPW has a good estimation of the work, and the treasurer's office is confident that the security deposit that the applicant has offered would be sufficient to ensure that the paving was done. And there would need to be 2 motions, one on the Form F and one on the Form M. The first one would ensure the security deposit, and then the second one would release the 5 lots.
The 5th lot.
Correct.
Jane?
Gemma, what's the amount of the security deposit?
It's 50,000, and I believe that was based on a Griffin Engineering assessment.
This thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
Great.
There was a multiplier in there of a certain amount. It was $39,000, retail plus another apparently $11,000.
Good enough. Any other questions on either of the items? Pretty routine. Jane, you want to take a crack at a motion on the first one?
Yeah, what's the letter of the first form?
Yes. So the first motion, it's the Form F. So
S as in
motion,
Sam?
yes.
S as in Sam? Okay.
No, F as in Frank. I can actually pull it up just for.
No, I read it. That's fine. I just
Okay,
didn't
okay.
memorize and the other one is M as in Mary, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I make a motion that we approve the Form F for the Anchorworks subdivision.
I'll second that.
Thank you, Sean. Roll call vote, please.
Member Noonan,
Yes.
Member Rosen,
Yes.
Member Remsen,
Yes.
Member Henry,
Yes.
and Member Bookin.
Yes.
Thank you.
I make a motion that we approve the Form M as in Mary for Anchorworks subdivision.
I'll second that as well.
Roll call vote, please.
Member Noonan,
Yes.
Member Rosen,
Yes.
Member Remsen,
Yes.
Member Henry,
Yes.
and Member Bookin.
Yes.
Okay, 2 unanimous votes. Thank you very much. Thank you, Jay. Good luck.
Thank you all very much. I appreciate that. I'll get in touch with John Dunn and proceed from there.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I'll just pop the agenda back up if that's helpful.
There's no, that next thing is adjournment.
Oh, yeah, I think you're right. Maybe we don't need to pop it up.
But Gemma,
There is
I just have
an
one question
item.
for you. Sorry, go ahead, Rick.
So usually there is a line for items unforeseen within the last 48 hours, and hopefully there's none. It's been submitted through the planning office. So we're going to say that there's none. Go ahead, Jane.
Gemma and I have been going back and forth on the housing production plan folder. And Gemma, what I'm asking for, which I don't think is in there, is the final draft of the ADU ordinance that we passed a while ago and the inclusionary ordinance that was passed a while ago. So am I looking in the wrong place? Is it there?
No, I'm sorry. I think I just misunderstood what you were looking for.
Yep.
But those things are not in there just yet, but I can definitely put them in there.
Okay, and can you put them in a PDF form so I can share them with other people and not?
Right.
Yeah. So that was the inclusionary
And the
and the
ADU,
ADU.
that'd be very helpful.
That shouldn't be too hard.
Great,
Great.
thank you. That was it. I make a
I've got
motion. Oh,
No.
I've got a question, which is, at the next meeting on the 4th, is it the 4th, I believe? That's going to be the public hearing on the items we voted on at the last meeting. Is that correct?
Frank told me that it was actually being moved to the 18th because of city council schedule.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So the public hearing will now be on the 18th?
I think it's.
That's how I understand it as
Yeah.
well. I don't think we'll be able to get it in on the next planning board meeting just because of all of the other circles that it has to make around different boards.
Okay, thanks.
That's assuming that they kick it back to us rather than wait for the election, which is possible.
Right. Okay, now Beverly.
Okay, first of all, congratulations in order to Jane. We all
Oh,
are
yeah.
so pleased.
Thank
And
you.
congratulations to Gemma. It's just terrific to have you on board and we're so happy you'll be staying with us. So I just want the record to show that.
Glad to be here.
And we'll just leave it as senior planner and see what happens.
Sounds like a
Well, that's great, but you know, she should then have to ask for a salary increase.
Great. Well, you've already had an impact on our board, and your contributions are really appreciated, Gemma.
Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
Greg is
Been
way
a
less
pleasure.
stressed. You can already tell.
I'm surprised he didn't show up today. I'm very surprised about that.
Yeah. All you have to do now is start liking to brew your own beer, and then Greg will be fine.
Yeah.
So I will accept the motion for adjournment. Our next regularly scheduled meeting is November 4th, 2021 for all in attendance.
So moved.
I'll second.
Roll call vote, please.
Member Noonan,
Yes.
Member Rosen,
Yes.
Member Remsen,
Yes.
Member Henry,
Yes.
and Member Bookin.
Yes. Okay,
All right.
see you all.
Thanks, guys.
Hi, guys.
Wonderful.
Good night, folks.
Thank you all.
Thank you, David.
Take care. Bye-bye.